누구랑 놀 때 제일 좋아?
잘 모르겠어.
아빠는 어때?
한마리 하면 무서워. 착하게 보내줬으면 좋겠다. 그냥 이렇게 보내줬으면 좋겠다.
혹시 엄마는 어때?
다 좋아할 것 같아.
When I first came across this video, I personally thought that we did not need to discuss this. I mean, come on. It's an obvious video, everybody had the same opinion, and we all knew what to do. We, collectively, as a society, were ready to adopt this kid, do whatever we had to with the parents, and just raise him. Even though some of us don't have houses, others don't have jobs, and the few left do not have a mental health good enough to take care of themselves, let alone a child, and yet the lot of us was ready to fight the world, really. We were ready, I was ready to fight the world. I would have learned Korean. I would have stood between the heavens and the earths to make sure that this child got the best childhood, to make sure that he got not 10 to 15 minutes a day, but 10 to 15 hours a day of attention. And the only hours when he's not getting attention, he just doesn't know that he has attention. He's sleeping and I'm still watching over him. I am still giving him the love and the care that he deserves. So yeah, I thought we were all collectively on the same page here. All of us are smart enough. We saw the video, we had our reaction, and it was the right reaction. It was the good reaction. It was the needed reaction. Until I find some videos, because this video is so viral, it's on all platforms, people are making edits, people are just generally sharing this. I came across a couple of videos where there were people defending the parents. Yes, you heard that correctly. Defending the parents. There were people saying the dad has a job, he goes out, he works, and he comes back home, and if he gets mad, that's okay. We don't have to be so hard on him. There were people saying, oh, the mom is going through so much, she has 2 children, she probably has a job. She gets tired, she cannot play with the baby, we must be understanding. Hi. My name is Alma Fox, and today we're going to be talking about parenting. What's the bare minimum of parenting? What are the misconceptions about parenting? And what is the standard? Because we cannot change our parents. Collectively, let's agree on this, that most parents cannot really be changed. But the future is us. We are the future parents, and we need to make sure that we do not repeat the mistakes that our parents did. We have to do better so that there is no other kid that sits in an interview and talks the way this boy talked. The amount of maturity that he had, the amount of times that he was saying things that a kid so small should not be saying. A kid is supposed to be happy, and a kid is supposed to be able to cry. He wasn't even crying properly, and yet there is people out there who are defending the parents. And I have perfectly good answers for your arguments. First with the dad. Oh, he's going out and he's working hard and he's earning all this money. So what if he gets mad? Well, I have a simple question for you. Who do parents earn for? And I know a lot of you believe that we are individuals. We are first for ourselves, and our children are an extension of us. Well, kids of that age should not be on your list of priorities. They should be at the top of it. They should be your aim and your goal, because you're the reason they're in this world. You're the one who chose to have the children, and now if you're going out and you're being like, I gotta put me first. You cannot do that. Not to a kid that age, especially, because it is already tough enough as it is with parents being like, you're old enough, get out of my house. You're old enough, be independent. It's already hard enough. Now we're having people not even treating kids as kids. A child, I am not going to hear any arguments here. A child should be the top priority. You're the reason they're in this world. It is already bad enough as it is in this world. We don't need parents giving us shit. So, when a normal person goes out and earns, if he has kids, he's earning for his kids. And most of the money that is earned by a person is spent on the kids. The schooling, the healthcare, the clothes, the toys. There is just so many expenses. So really, when he's going out and he's earning, the main aim is to give his children a good life. And in the end, if your kid is turning out the way this one is, I don't think your money is any good. If in return for the money you're earning, you're going to shout at your kid and give him a whole bunch of shit, I don't think that's right. Your kids don't owe you anything. Respectfully. I am not saying this in the sense that kids can disrespect their parents. I am not saying that there should be no love. I am not saying any of that. What I am saying is that you're raising your kids in a good way, not just in the sense that you're paying their tuition and you're putting food on their plate. No. I'm talking good parenting. If you're being a good parent to your kid, that's the bare minimum. You're not being a good parent by doing that. You are simply doing something that you set yourself up for. You're simply fulfilling a duty that you signed up for. You brought that kid into the world. If you're being a good parent, that's not something to be fucking proud of. That's the bare minimum. If you're being a bad parent, you're not allowed to be a bad parent. That's not fair. And if you're being an exceptionally good parent, well, then you deserve admiration because most people don't do that. Now, on the other hand, we have the mother who has 2 kids and probably also has a job, so she just has it so hard. If it's so hard, don't have a second kid. You can already not take care of your first kid. What are you going to do with the second one? There is already enough depressed kids in the world. We don't need people like you adding to it. If you cannot take care of your kids, stop having kids. Nobody's forcing you. And if somebody is forcing you, contact authorities. Stop torturing your kid instead. He's not the reason you have 2 kids. He's not the reason. You two, man and wife, are the ones that decided to have the children. Now take care of them. And the biggest problem with this whole situation is a lot of people will look at me and think, you're not a parent. You don't know what it takes to be a parent. I would like to tell you that a lot of people are currently choosing to not have kids because they are smart enough to know that they can't do it. They would much rather not bring a kid into this world than bring him in and then just let him suffer, because the world is not a good place. You're not doing anyone a favor by birthing them into this world. Literally nobody. And then back to the first argument. How am I qualified enough to be talking about parenting? I have experienced both bad parenting and good parenting, so I think I know enough. I know what I'm talking about. I know people who have a 9 to 5. I know people who don't work that much or their job is just simply easy. I know people who are running a multi-million-dollar business. They're working day and night. That's a lot of stress. That's a lot of work that goes into building a company from scratch and taking it up and becoming a self-made millionaire. That takes a lot. And the other day when my dad and I were talking, he told me about how his dad, my grandfather, used to sit him down sometimes with a bowl of nuts and a glass of milk and be like, I'm not leaving until you finish this. And I was like, how the hell was Grandpa free enough to do that? How the hell did he have the time to make sure that his son eats all the nuts and drinks the milk? And as soon as I said those words, I realized that not only for his son, my granddad always had the time for me, my siblings, his children, his wife. There was not a single day when I wasn't picked up from school on time. There wasn't a single day when I was late to school. There wasn't a single day when I skipped a meal and nobody noticed. There wasn't a single day when I was alone at a meal. There wasn't a single day when nobody played with me. There wasn't a single day when I felt lonely. There wasn't a single day when I wanted to cry and there was nobody to cry with. Not a single day. I looked around. I looked at my parents and grandparents. I saw the jobs that they had. And I was like, how the hell did these people have the time in the work, in the hectic routine, that they would never forget to call exactly at 2:30 p.m. at home And when I pick up, they'll be like, hey, did you get home from school? I asked your dad to pick you up. Was he late? Was he on time? Did you eat? Okay, what homework did you get? I'll help you with the homework. A person running an entire company had the time to help me with my homework. A person doing surgeries every single day had the time to put me to bed, had the time to play with me. And when I felt like I don't want to eat, as a 16-year-old, when I said I don't want to eat, my mom was like, okay, I'll hand feed you. Because I was a kid. And I feel like so many people have never felt affection or have never wanted affection to the point that they don't think that even kids deserve it. I have literally had multiple arguments where a woman would be carrying her 5-year-old, and people would be like, oh, why are you carrying him? Isn't he too big? If a woman is carrying her baby, let her carry her baby. He is still a kid. As grown adults, sometimes my friends are like, man, I am tired of walking. So I'll be like, hell, I'll carry you on my back. Because people deserve affection. No matter how old we get, we deserve affection. We deserve someone who holds us. Not just 10 minutes a day, not just 15 minutes a day. And in the end, the argument was always, why am I here? Why am I earning the money that I'm earning? Why am I building the legacy that I'm building? So that my kids can have good. So that my kids can have a better future. So that my kids don't suffer what I suffered. So if I'm neglecting my children right now for a better future, my kids might not just be there for the future. That entails the kids being completely out of their minds, or hating their parents, hating themselves, hating everything. The present and the past, really, the childhood, the adulthood, is much more important than the future that you want your kid to have. We have to be better parents, because that's the bare minimum. You're not doing the kid a favor, you're not doing the world a favor. You're simply fulfilling your duty. And a good person does not shrink their responsibilities. I cried a little bit when I first watched the video, and when I watched it for the second time. Well, every time I watch it, I kind of cry. Because I'm kind of reminded of my childhood. Children are very strong, much stronger than we are emotionally. Hell, I am a weak person. But we shouldn't be so weak that we don't fight for our kids. We have to do that. Well, that was it for today. My name is Olive Fox, and you can always leave your opinions in the comment section. If there's something that you don't agree with, let me know. Maybe I'm wrong about something. So correct me in the comments, and we will be discussing other things as well. Until then, make sure to subscribe and also follow me on my Instagram. It's at @LifeFox. And yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and bye!